Hello friends, I am Santo Dutta from Digitek. Today I will talk about cloud computing. Okay, after a very long period of time, I am again uploading the video. Actually, I got busy with daily day-to-day works. Now I got some time due to this lockdown and all. I thought let's start the uploading video again. So today my topic is cloud computing. So why we call it cloud computing? Why cloud? Actually, if you see normal cloud, what is cloud? Cloud is a huge composition of small water vapors gathered together. Similarly, here also it's a huge composition of high-end computers networked together. So in that way, it looks similar. And another one is the cloud is equidistant from all of us. It can cater all of us. Similarly, here also the network of computers is equidistant to all of us. There is no latency and it can cater all of us. This is one way. Another way, if you see cloud and computing, cloud you can explain as anytime, anywhere, and computing means processing plus memory, processing plus speed, plus storage you can say, and together you can say processing and storing anytime, anywhere, any location, anytime. So in that way the cloud computing basically came. Other than this, there is no other relevance. Now what is cloud computing? The cloud computing, it provides several services. I will come to it. There are basically three services. The services can be categorized into three parts. One is SaaS, and PaaS. SaaS, infrastructure as a service. So what is that? Let me explain. Infrastructure as a service is, suppose you are having a company and definitely you need some IT services like mail, data, all those things you need. For that you have to have a IT department also or some IT assets. So instead of keeping the IT assets, you have offloaded the services to cloud computing service providers. Then the cloud computing service provider will keep the data for you. They will keep the entire infrastructure for you. They will maintain it. You need not to take any botheration about that. You need not to take any headache of that. So they will keep it. Suppose I want to play a video game online and I need a 65 GB RAM. So I don't have that computer. I want to have that. So here also I can take service from the service provider, cloud service provider. They will give me a virtual PC. In that virtual PC I can play high-end games also. So on individual level, that the benefit I can get. Now the benefit of this SaaS is that you need not to take botheration of keeping the data. Safety and security of data is not your headache. It will be maintained by the service provider, and it is scalable also. Suppose today you are having the X amount of data requirement and Y amount of speed requirement. So you are having, tomorrow maybe it get increased. If it increase, then again you need not to change the hardware. So here the service provider will do everything. You don't need to do anything. It will be scalable. As the data requirement become the higher, you will automatically get that infrastructure, and you will pay only on use. Pay as per your use. You are consuming X amount of the data, you will paying for X amount of the data. Suppose you are consuming X plus delta, then you will pay for X plus delta. Whatever you are using, you will pay for that. SaaS is software as a service. Here from the cloud service provider you can also get the software support. Suppose I will give you one example to explain it. Suppose you are having a small company and you want to use SAP for your commercial and other purposes, logistics, commercial purposes. So SAP as a software is a huge costly. Suppose it cost you 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs. You can't afford to buy it. In that case, you can approach your cloud service provider. They can give you a single user on subscription basis. And again, that also scalable. Suppose the SAP has a number of facilities, and as a small company you don't need all those facilities. You only need 1, 2, 3, 4 facility. Then again you can negotiate with your cloud vendor and you can pick and choose the requirements. Accordingly your service will be enabled and you will pay the subscription charges, either monthly or quarterly or yearly, whatever is your agreement with your service provider. So by that way, without spending the entire amount to buy the SAP, you are using the SAP. First benefit is that. Second benefit is, if you buy the SAP, you are using or not using, you have already incurred the cost. But here If you want to use it, you can use it. If you want to stop the service, you can stop the service. When you are not using, you can stop it. You need not to pay. When you are using it, then only you will pay. So that is again on your hand only. You need not to pay a mandatory rental charges. Rental charges is only valid if the service is, you are using the service. So this is one benefit. Another one on individual level, I can say you, suppose you want to develop software, and for that you need the Oracle as a database, and you will use only ABC facility of the Oracle. In that case also you need not to buy the entire Oracle. You can have that 1 to 3 facility from, or ABC facility from your cloud service provider on the basis of subscription. So you can use that. You can even use the database services from your cloud service provider. So this is the benefit of SaaS. Now comes the PaaS. What is PaaS? PaaS is a platform as a service. Here the cloud service provider provides you a software development environment for the developers. The developers will get access to some tools, specific required tools for the development of the application by themselves or maybe for themselves. If I want to develop one application on Java or something like that, I need not to buy the entire version of Java where the source code and everything is given. I need not to buy that. I only contact my cloud service provider and I will ask for the XYZ tool. For that they will charge me something very minimal cost and they will give me that environment of software development. So that is the thing that they provide. Even we can share, the tools can be shared among a group. Suppose as a group we can, as a group of 4 people, it happened many times the students from the different locations, even from the different countries, have made a group and they jointly entered in a software development environment, and there as a team they're working to build something, but they located in different countries. That is also possible now with this help of this PaaS, platform as a service. So these are the benefits and the facilities which we are getting from cloud service provider, and this is only possible for the cloud computing. Now the types of cloud. There are basically 3 types of cloud: your public cloud, private cloud and hybrid cloud. So first I will talk about public cloud. Public cloud is that where the customer or the user will not have any direct access to the infrastructure. The infrastructure will be kept with the service provider. You will not have any direct control over that. You can only access through internet. That is the public, and the same infrastructure is used for multiple customers. That is your public cloud. Private cloud means you will have your dedicated infrastructure for yourself, obviously maintained by service provider, but the infrastructure is dedicated and solely used for you or for that specific customer or that specific organization. Here the benefit is that it is more secure, and you can time to time, if you want, with the help of them, you can do the upgradation and so many things you can do on that, and safety, security, and this kind of thing is there. Access control, these are also there in the public cloud, but at the end of the day that is multiple users. So many people are using the same infrastructure. Here the infrastructure is dedicated to you. That's why it is the safest and more secure. And now comes the hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is nothing but a combination of public cloud and private cloud. Suppose I will give you one example to explain it properly. In a large company, what happens? They are having some internal data like internal communications, internal policy, confidential policies, R&D data. So these are the highly confidential data. They keep it in the private cloud, and there are external data like external communication, magazines, publications, media, brochures, catalogs, product details. These they keep in the public cloud computing or the public domain. So they are the combination of two. Togetherly this is called a hybrid cloud. So these are the 3 types of the cloud we are having today. So now I hope with this explanation the basic of this cloud computing is clear to you, and the next technology, or I say the huge buzzword is going on for edge computing, and probably I will make my next video on edge computing. But before that, let me explain you why edge. Why edge now? The cloud is just started. No, it is not like that. Let me explain you properly. The cloud was there all along for very long time, more than I think 20 to 30 years. The cloud was always there. But recently, after the industry 4.0, the cloud was started having different different parameters, different segments of use. Because as you know, in industry 4.0, the main thing is data. The huge amount of data is going to generate. We are going to generate. The factories are going to generate huge amount of data with the IoT and all. So where this data will go? So then again, the cloud is becoming more relevant. Became more relevant. The data should be placed in the cloud, because it is not possible for a single small company or a single factory to keep all the data. If the data is in that way, huge, because as you know, predictable maintenance, these are the new things, where huge amount of the data, you need to keep it, you need to analyze it, and you have to predict. So these data are not possible to keep in the local servers. Even if you keep it, the huge riskier one, it can get damaged with fire. So many things are there. So people, with the introduction of this industry 4.0, people are more relying on cloud. And to the extreme to that, some people started thinking, or some tech people have started thinking that in the coming days, 10 to 15 years, there will be no requirement of PLC and your HMI. The sensors are all IoT enabled sensors. These sensors will give data directly to cloud, and in the cloud there will be soft PLC sitting. They will do the all calculation, and again these will give the data to actuators directly. The actuators will also have the IoT facility. So in that way, you can remove that control part from the factory hardware. So that was the idea. That was the initially, I can say, European country, mainly European countries were promoting this. And as an Indian, we are always knowing that this is not possible, because we are having a pathetic experience of your internet infrastructure. So we are knowing that this is not possible. Now the entire world is realizing it gradually. So to cater this, so PLC and HMI will always be there. It is not possible, or it is not advisable even today, that you will export the brain to cloud. So PLC and HMI will always be there, and for that only these new technologies again are coming. So edge computing is one of that, edge computing. So thank you for your attention. I will come up with edge computing video very soon. Till then, thank you. Bye.